Hey Braves fans, it's Kevin McAlpin, Truist reporter with 680 The Fan and the Atlanta Braves Radio Network, coming to you here from the Battery Atlanta on a beautiful Sunday as we get set for the rubber match between the Braves and the Mets. It's Game 3 of this series. Sean Newcomb and Rick Porcello will talk about that matchup in just a couple of moments. Braves coming off a 5-3 win in 10 innings in Game 2 last night at Citi Field. Of course, Marcell Ozuna with the game-tying homer in the 9th, and then the Braves putting up a 3 spot in that top of the 10th to hang on to win by a score of 5-3. For the Braves, it marked their 78th win in their final at-bat since Brian Snitker took over as manager back in May of 2016. Now, the Braves have won 319 regular season games for Snit, and 78 and 319, it's about 25%. So nearly one quarter of all the games the Braves have won with Snit as the manager have been in their final at-bat of the game. Of course, Dansby Swanson broke the tie with the RBI single that scored Adam Duvall, who was placed at second base as the runner. Dansby now improving to a .335 lifetime hitter with an .860 lifetime OPS in late inning pressure situations. He has been clutch over the last couple of seasons for the Braves. But the big story for me was the bullpen, who 4 different relievers combined to toss 5 innings in relief of Max Fried yesterday and not give up an earned run. Of course, 1 run was scored in that 10th inning off Luke Jackson, but that's not an earned run when that runner is placed on second base. And so far for the Braves bullpen, 0 walks through the first 2 games of the season. That is a very good sign for a unit that issued 243 free passes last season. That was the 6th most in the National League. Top 3 in the Braves order have scuffled, though. Let's talk about some of the things that have stood out here the first 2 games of the season. With Acuna, Albies, and Freeman, they've combined to go just 1 for 23 with 9 strikeouts in the first 2 games of the season. But I don't think anybody to this point is pushing the panic button on the top 3 in the order. We know how those guys can get hot and stay hot for a long, sustained period of time. Wilson Contreras, congratulations to him. His first career base hit, an RBI double as part of that 3-run top of the 10th inning. And we will see Contreras batting 9th and getting his first career start behind the plate here as he'll be catching Sean Newcomb here tonight. Of course, Nuke, a guy who we saw primarily as a reliever last season. 55 appearances for Newcomb, 51 of those in relief from the Braves pen. He struggled as a starter to start the year last year. Walks were an issue. He gave up 10 walks and only struck out 8 batters in his first 4 starts. He was moved to the pen, but he was much more on the attack, better than a strikeout per inning as a reliever. And Josh Tomlin said just a couple of days ago, he thinks that mindset is something that Nuke can take with him, being aggressive, letting it eat, and really just being on the attack from the very first pitch of the game. And Nuke back in the rotation. This is something he's wanted. I talked to Nuke time and time again last season about how successful he was in relief, but he said all along, I still want to get back in the rotation. Well, guess what? Sean Newcomb now has that opportunity here tonight in Game 3 of the 2020 season. Braves will be facing Rick Porcello, who they haven't seen for the last couple of seasons. Matter of fact, last time they saw him was as a member of the Boston Red Sox, who he spent the last 5 seasons with. Of course, a guy who was a Cy Young Award winner back in 2016. Freddie Freeman is really the only matchup to keep an eye on. 4 for 8 lifetime against Rick Porcello. Jim and Joe, they're going to have the call for you right over my shoulder here at Truist Park. Of course, calling these games remotely here this year, and those guys have done a tremendous job of that here early on. A new set of challenges facing all of us here this season. And of course, I'll have the Hyundai postgame show and Braves wrap-up for you here on the Fan and Braves Radio Network as soon as the final out is recorded. So hopefully you'll join all of our coverage all night long. Again, as the Braves look for a series win, they hop on the charter and head south to Tampa tonight. Quick little 2-game series with the Rays tomorrow and Tuesday night before they come back here to Truist Park for their home opener with Mike Soroka on the mound on Wednesday night. So that's a look at what's to come for your Braves here over the next 24 hours. And again, make sure you click that follow button and subscribe to all of our coverage on 680 The Fan, of course, 680thefan.com, and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 680 The Fan as well.